Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
For me again, you can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't for me again. Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't for me again.
What fi go to eat no money, what fi at you, eat no at you. Go be money, me say we eat the your little rat you. Use the youth, them money, waste no must a man to start you. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the spit of money, God and say that is not you. One day the man above end up him a got a bet. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me,
300% praise.
it burn me,
Garbage pile up the day.
it burn me,
Give the teacher them
it
raise.
burn me,
I see corruption
it
face.
burn me,
Mash down the people them house.
it burn me,
Every day appear arms out.
it burn me,
Appear money them a thief.
it burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't for me again. Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't for me again.
For me say big up all the charities and all of the giver. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The 100 the promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our river. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me,
Or they treat the market man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat the cat man.
it burn me,
Or they treat the peanut man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat the dirt man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat the son man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat policeman.
it burn me,
How them a treat soldier man.
it burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't for me again. Can't for me again. You can't.
May I wish for you all a happy, peaceful, healthy, and victorious 2025. In the fear of the Lord, there is strong confidence, and his children will have a place of refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to turn one away from the snares of death. In a multitude of people, is a king's honor, but in the lack of people is the downfall of a prince. He who is slow to wrath has great understanding, but he who is impulsive exalts folly. A sound heart is life to the body, but envy is rottenness to the bones. He who oppresses the poor reproaches his maker, but he who honors him has mercy on the needy. The wicked is banished in his wickedness, but the righteous has a refuge in his death.
Hey, piss of soda.
His death. Wisdom rests in the heart of him who has understanding, but what is in the heart of fools is made known. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. The king's favor is toward a wise servant, but his wrath is against him who causes shame. The word of the Lord.
Mr. Prime Minister, sir. Mr. Prime Minister, I not laugh after you. You see, sir? I not laugh after you because you must not kick a man when he is down. But I not tell you no lie, sir. Then throw you under the bus, sir. I realize you never get a chance to proofread the scripture, sir. But Lord Jesus, sir, who did come up with that the scripture, the figure, sir? It is so fitting to the situation and the circumstances surrounding your life and this Jamaica country here, sir. Sir, me not tell you no lie still. Whether true or false, which we all know is true, they rub you out bad. They should do you so brawling. They shouldn't done you so in a public. And the worst thing, sir, are your last prayer breakfast as Prime Minister, sir. Me feel a way for you, sir. Me not tell a lie. Me feel a way for you. No go back on no more function. Just resign and do.
Good evening, and welcome to Global Television. Thank you for joining us. It is indeed the day before inauguration ceremony. No, sir. Bangara. We have a few bits and bobs. For just a hitchhike. We're hitchhiking tonight, you know. We're hitchhiking tonight. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good evening and welcome. Whichever platform you're on, can you hit the like button, please? Hit the like button. We're going to talk about Angel, the doctor, and the pig. Real sweet. Gloria Morris, good evening. Sharon Bernard, good evening. Marcia Thomas. Ian Ayers, good evening. Sophia Hall. Rose, Violet Watson, Debbie Jarvis, Steve V, Walgwan, Joe Bailey. Who else is here? Andrea Joan Hamilton Wilson, Walgwan, Colleen Stewart, Evan Bradford, Laura Morris, Sweeney, Don Clark, Joan Bailey, Christine Gilbert, KJ, I scratch me, sorry. Good evening, Paulette Lewis, Efton Actons, good evening, Abinasar Cody, good evening, Novelet Blake, good evening, Marjorie. Good evening, who is over on TikTok here. Melda, good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for the follow, WG. Right. Let's get on with it. First things first. Our very own Vice Mayor Joyce Simmet will be traveling up to Washington, D.C. tomorrow. She's a recipient of the U.S. President's Lifetime Achievement Award, and it will be one of the final award of President Biden going out. So we say once more, congratulations to our Honorable Vice Mayor. Your good work has continued to bring you accolades and achievement. Thank you for the work that you do for the people. And I hope, Vice Mayor, your work can be exemplarious to our Jamaican politicians. I just hope, Barbara Simpson, I just hope our politicians could see how Jamaicans excel abroad without corruption and meddling and freckling with public budget. Just saying, Andrew Holness, just saying. Because you know we just like the settings. Just saying. Because we know you can't keep your finger anywhere that you are able to control it. We know the Prime Minister is unable to keep his finger anywhere he can control it. We're going to have to go back and forth on our slide tonight. We're back and forth in. Well, we want to welcome one of Biden's last initiatives, Sharon Bernard, the posthumous pardon of Jamaica's first national hero, Marcus Garvey. It is welcome. It ought to be celebrated. Monica, beat and teach. But I want to ask Andrew Holness and Mark Golden, who are hailing the welcome, at what point any of your leaders are going to mandate or meaningful make sure that the philosophies and opinion of Marcus Garvey becomes a part of our school curriculum from primary up. The philosophies and opinion of Marcus Garvey, Althea. Why on earth it is time, if we're not serious about Marcus Garvey and his legacy, let it shine through in Jamaica. Just don't celebrate. Let's do something meaningful with his legacy. Don't have it coached up and hidden from the people of Jamaica, the younger generation, who that knowledge, I'm sure, will make a lot of difference to our mindset, society, crime rate, and a lot of other things. So while we welcome it, we want to tell you all to do something meaningful with the legacy of Marcus Garvey. Jamaica has seen an increase in the use of digital technologies such as social media platforms by predators. DELROY, Chuck, have you heard that? By predators to lure and traffic children, says National Rapporteur on the Trafficking in Persons. I wonder if DELROY Chuck who think that if a woman or a child is abused, they ought to find it possible to shut up within a matter of 12 months. Paul, how are you? Within a matter of 12 months, DELROY Chuck says, come off it. That's the person we have as a Minister of Justice, given the rise in predatory behavior, both on or offline. And the Minister of Justice is saying 12 months protection or 12-month prosecutorial protection is too much. Get over it by 12 months. Now I want to say to Nationwide, I heard one of Nationwide's journalists, I can't remember his name, asking the question, we want to know if DELROY Chuck gave the advice, if DELROY Chuck gave that advice to ministers not to hand for their supposed to hand over document. What do you want to know? DELROY Chuck said it in Parliament, in the very committee that reviews that piece of legislation. What does Nationwide wants to hear from DELROY Chuck if he gave that advice? He said he gave it. This is Cliff. Give up the radio license and come to vlogging like we are vlogging you do. Give up the radio license so you don't have to fall into the tax mess where you have to swap out your free speech, your democracy, and your journalism because of like a tax cliff. Wanna ask, why are you asking if your radio station asked if DELROY Chuck gave that advice? Did you not listen to what DELROY Chuck said in Parliament? You have to give up this thing, Cliff. Give up this thing called radio license. It'll make you look like utter fool, Cliff Hughes. Hot off the press. How are you, sis? It'll make you look like fool. The whole of way they are comfortable at the vlogging. Why you can't drop the radio license and own your vlogging space? A vlogging you do like the whole of it. And why don't you drop the thing and call yourself an independent journalist? So you can stop creep and bend in front of the Prime Minister and the Jamaica Labour Party, Cliff Hughes. We want with money. Cliff, we want with money where you owe we. A whole heap of tax you dodge, thief, fundle, swindle, Cliff Hughes. We now go swap out with tax for the news carrying. I'm sorry, Cliff. The whole of we are Jamaican, we know how news carry. The whole of we are Jamaican, Cliff Hughes. We know how news carry. Never mind, we don't even need radio and TV for carry news anymore because we have a phone in our hand for carry news. So we now go swap out with tax for you walk and carry news will not even benefit we. News will benefit your tax dodging, swapping and swindling, Cliff Hughes. No wonder why every time you speak, Cliff Hughes, you're down on your knees pulling somebody's zip. Every time Cliff Hughes opens his mouth, he's on his knees opening somebody else's zip. Give up the radio license. Give it up. You don't need it. It don't make no sense. You not use it. Why you pressure yourself? You can be a popular blogger, Cliff Hughes. If you ever drop this nonsense, you'll become a very popular blogger. So I don't know where you all up this radio license where you can't afford and have to make yourself look cheap. You have to dodge tax, you have to avoid tax, you have to swap out your tax. But one thing, I'm sure, Cliff Hughes, we not going to accept the news carrying for money. We money we want. Thief in Cliff. Thief like Andrew Holness, Cliff. We want, we tax. We not take news carrying for money. I saw on a junker, they want to know owe people money. Or the walk and care people business. They come soon with them when we call back for money. No, we want with money. We don't want nobody business. We don't care about the people in business, Cliff. What we want is our money, Cliff Hughes. You tax dodger. You tax dodger, you tax swapper. No wonder why you have to be on your knees when you open your mouth, Cliff Hughes. Because you speak from somebody else's pocket. We want with money. Cliff, we want with money. The whole land will become a crook like the Prime Minister of Jamaica. That's why we can't call out the Prime Minister, because the whole land will crook just like him. Crooks protect crooks. Isn't it, Hughes? Look at you. Once a journalist. Once a journalist. Now we're bending on your knees. Sucker for the government. All because you don't want to pay your fair share of tax. That's why you can't say Andrew Holness wrong in crimes against the nation. God bless who gave Andrew that Bible scripture to read. What are we who left the sermon upset? I look like they just spur upon him. And halfway through in a hit, he realized, Valerie, how are you? Halfway through, he realized he would them a throw upon him. You know, Andrew Holness, hug, discipline, hug Andrew Holness, PIG, pig, HOG, hog, Andrew, is reacting to discipline. Makes one wonder why the Jamaican Labour Party is so indisciplined. Everything on a have to check, on a have to resort to violence, on a have to take out a gun, push up in a people's face. We've seen it all before, Andrew. It's not like we make it up. It's the behavior on a display at all time, Andrew. And I'm saying, PIG, pig, Prime Minister, has self-control. And I'm going to show you, Prime Minister. But before I show you, Prime Minister, that pigs have self-control, I will point out to you that more and more pigs are becoming aware and in control. Under the Labour Party, just a breakaway and a walk and a rub against everybody white pants. I mean, you can't just run out of the mud and run come rub a white pants we're wearing. We are wearing white pants. And if we just run come out of the ag pen and just come rub. Listen, Prime Minister, you can't behave worse than pig. You cannot continue with this piggish behavior. You cannot continue with this gangster behavior, Prime Minister. It's not befitting for a leadership and a government where everything about is crime, whether be violence or stealing, scamming, corruption. You're not fed up of your name called Andrew? Boy, if your name did call, so when you're picking it, then you did bad fine, you're picking it. The man saying trick him, but him come for threaten the man, vibe out violence, because him tell the man, say, the police, no matter how much police are around you, can't save you. Why that piggish behavior all the while, Prime Minister? Look at this, Prime Minister. Look. I'm sure after you see this, you must can say to you, the people them across your party, Prime Minister, listen, we have to take example from the pig. We've been following the pig with all of the bad examples of the pig. Now that we see that the pig can do better, Prime Minister, I hope you'll be able to advise your party gangsters that, listen, let us emulate the pig. Let us emulate the pig, Prime Minister.
Look on here. Look on here. You got me feeding this up. And you can't touch it. You can't touch it. You're the manners. You're the manners. Yo, then say that you use it to put cycle. That must be what it is. Look on, I got hungry sting. I look there. You have to feed this up. Stick this up. You can't go there and get beaten. Because you're not the manners. You see? Watch it. Move it together. Watch it. Rasclot! I history this. Pussy clot. I history this, youth.
You see, Prime Minister. This is not AI, you know. What you say about the commissioner beat and teacher? What go on about him? Anything you send me. I the one who talk about say nobody enough to tell them say enough to kill off Jamaicans. We tell Jamaicans say don't for raise they ain't gonna and them we don't kill them. That you talk about? Prime Minister. I never AI this, you know, Andy. Prime Minister, this are not AI. Beat and teach, tag it back to me quickly there, please. Tag back the video there to me quickly. Come here, me broadcast you know. Prime Minister, this was not AI. Prime Minister, look carefully again. This wasn't AI, you know, Prime Minister. Pig. Pig. When you tell them, say no, they are listening now, Prime Minister. What of the MPs and councillors in the Jamaica Labour Party? If pigs are reacting to discipline, Prime Minister, how is it that your party officials find it so hard to control themselves?
Look on here. Look on here. You got me feeding this up. And you can't touch it. You can't touch it. You're the manners. You're the manners. Yo, then say that you use it to put cycle. That must be what it is. Look on, I got hungry sting. I look there. You have to feed this up. Stick this up. You can't go there and get beaten. Because you're not the manners. You see? Watch it. Move it together. Watch it. Rasclot! I history this. Pussy clot. I history this, youth.
Angel, that bad. Bad. all pig are showing up. Can you imagine? Can you imagine all pig are showing up? It's bad. Let's listen to what. Hold on. Let's see if we have this one right. Hold on there. It'll go over into a new folder, browser. Just give it a chance to load up.
From Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake. The bite of the week comes to us from Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake.
We will be pursuing criminals wherever they are. It doesn't matter what firepower they have. It doesn't matter how bad they think they are. We are coming. So this call to police to reduce fatal shooting, it's wrongly directed. It ought to be directed at criminals who raise a gun.
The police commissioner says major investment has gone into the training of police officers to defend themselves against attacks.
You will not get me to tell my police not to pursue criminals. We're going. What I would love these agencies and these persons who are talking about fatal shooting to do is to tell criminals, do not raise a gun at the police. I don't spend millions and millions of dollars in 2024, millions of dollars each month training my OC, my fighting force, so that they don't lose a battle against criminals. I don't train them and invest so much money. So
Carlos! Kevin said to tell you, say, him not train for him gang them for waste money. Him train them to kill. At that Kevin said. No me say it. The commissioner of police said it, not me. So I don't want nobody mix me. Like say me a car news. You understand? I don't want nobody mix me. Like me I tell lie upon the commissioner of police. You heard him for yourself. What the training is that the commissioner spoke about, I don't know. That would be something for the commissioner to break down. Me now go on the whataboutism right now. So, commissioner have to explain that himself. Me can't tell you what the training mean. But in the concern if you have body cam, is there a reason why you don't want to wear it? Or is it that the reason is clear why you don't want to wear it? Because you're going out on a crime rant. You're going out to kill young men extrajudicially. The one no criminal. So Cliff, yes, back to you. Remember, we're not going to swap out with money for news carrying. Our money we want, Cliff. Our money we want, and strongly take with advice to drop the radio license and come over YouTube, make we vlog it out over here. You will make it on YouTube and TikTok, Cliff. Trust me. You don't have to sell, swap, and everything. Drop the something when they make no use to you. Them they are one time, long time galang in. Who you see I use radio, listen to radio anymore? Especially radio where have to bend backwards to sing the tune of a rotten credibility of a Jamaica Labour Party. You know shame? Talk truth, Cliff. You know shame? So just like Andrew Holness, you getting thrown out as well. You want to come sue with Cliff? Tax dodger. Do you want to come and sue us? whole on a criminal. But DELROY Chuck say, I could listen to what DELROY Chuck say, because you must not try to explain what you don't understand. Make DELROY and explain what I mean to it, because I don't understand what DELROY mean. So me not go try explain what DELROY mean. I'm sorry.
The one that I spoke of, I indicated that to tell the IC that your spouse has refused to give you the information, and that is the one. So if they indicate to the IC that the spouse has refused to give the information, then that's, to the best of my knowledge, that should be the end of the matter.
No,
because,
no, that's not how I understood the point you were making.
Well, you see what I said. I said
hold on a second, Mr. Chuck. Sure. I got the impression you were questioning the statutory authority of the Integrity Commission to ask declarants about the spouse's income. I didn't get that you were saying a spouse is complaining to a member or saying to a member, I'm not giving you the information.
Well, that's what I said. Tell the IC your spouse refused to inform you. The one that I spoke of, I indicated that to tell the IC that your spouse has refused to give you the information, and that is the one. So if they indicate to the IC that the spouse has refused to give the information, then that's, to the best of my knowledge, that should be the end of the matter.
No, that's not how I understood the point you were making.
Well, you see what I said. I said
hold on a second, Mr.
The wording of the Act in section 40 rather, must is not a discretion. DELROY Chuck, we heard what you said in the committee. The wording of the Act did not say may, where it would be a discretion, DELROY Chuck, upon that spouse as to whether they want to divulge such information. Hold on,
Chairman, again and again, that speaking for myself, and I hope I speak for everybody, we want the Integrity Commission to succeed. We want corruption to be removed from every layer in this country. But I'm a little concerned, Chairman, that we're not getting, reports that reduce the perception of corruption. We're getting reports that seem to highlight and expand and increase the perception of corruption, when, in all sincerity, one doesn't see it there. So, Chairman, I would, when the Integrity Commission comes back before us again, or its members, we need to find out from them a number of other issues, which, we keep saying at the next time. I'll give you a good example, Chairman, that members have complained to me about and want the Integrity Commission to respond to. Why is the Integrity Commission asking members?
Members, plural. Members, he says, complained to him. Members, plural. So that wasn't only Juliet Cuthbert-Finn. It was more than Juliet Cuthbert-Finn that sought the Ministry of Justice advice. Let the frog continues.
To indicate the salaries of their spouse. I mean, or sometimes of their children. And you see, I don't know if this is something that is appropriate, Chairman, because I have advised the relevant member, let them know your spouse is not prepared to divulge their salary to her or him, and therefore he or she cannot so report it. And these are things, Chairman, when we get back to the legislation, we have to make it very clear what limits can be put in terms of investigation. We know.
Now, Minister, here is the statutory authority for that questioning by the Integrity Commission. Section 40 again, Minister, subsection 1. In the first line, the fourth word, place a legal duty, Prime Minister, on the MP and their spouse, whether the spouse of the MP feels that they should divulge such information. That's a personal matter for their feeling, but we're not talking about feeling, Chuck. We're talking about the law. The law says shall places a legal obligation on you, DELROY Chuck. Failing to carry out such legal obligation, it's an offense, DELROY Chuck. Shall. On a thief in labor right, on a thief in dunce, never got school, labor right. It is why the Prime Minister, from Andrew Wheatley to now, the Prime Minister is in a criminal debacle of finances, including the public purse. So when Nationwide is asking the question if the Prime Minister gave that advice, we're not making ourselves look cheap and shame, because all we have to do is listen, DELROY Chuck, read the act, and it will satisfy your confusion. But then again, labor rights particularly tend to have a problem with willful dunceness or just natural, innate dunceness. Natural, innate dunceness, because one fail to see reality. So there's no question of what DELROY Chuck says. There is no question of what DELROY Chuck meant. Rather than trying to pick, ask DELROY Chuck to step aside. He has made another blunder, which is a criminal blunder and is unacceptable. One could call the blunder of 4 years ago, where he made an attack on women, a moral blunder. This one was a legal blunder. This was the Minister of Justice advised law breaking, civil disobedience, withhold the information from them, break the law willfully, was the advice given by the Attorney General. What more do you want to hear? Not the Attorney General, sorry, the Minister of Justice. It came out of his mouth. This wasn't a private conversation that was leaked to the media or what. No, the Minister of Justice sat in Parliament in a committee meeting that looks at the very Integrity Commission Act. First, the Minister of Justice was not aware of the information in the act. For all this time that the minister have been approached and been questioned as to the authority of the act, used by the Integrity Commission to ask this question. The Minister of Justice, Cliff Hughes, and your kerfuffles you call journalists over there, at no time the Minister of Justice read the act. At no time the Minister of Justice sought advice from the Ministry of Justice councils. At no point the Minister of Justice sought advice from the Parliamentary Council, who, if were not practicing lawyers, they do have a law degree. Most of them. The Minister of Justice at no point sought the advice to clarify his understanding of the law. What the Minister of Justice did, sitting in Parliament, was in his questioning, if one ought to believe, showed total ignorance of the law. Total and blatant ignorance, because the advice that the Minister of Justice gave, if the Minister of Justice was aware of Section 40, the minister wouldn't have given that advice if he was aware of Section 40. And that's a crying shame and a crying disgrace for the Justice Minister in our country, who the country looks forward to uphold justice, to develop the system and infrastructure of justice in our country. And if he's going to go on an advice of a law-breaking rant, DELROY Chuck ought to step aside. This is not a blunder that we can look aside from. This wasn't a bar talk. It wasn't an idle talk. He, DELROY Chuck, told us, I gave that advice to Juliet Cockburn-Finn and others. Juliet Cockburn-Finn, who her husband sits on government board, sits at the Cannabis License Authority or wherever. Juliet Holness will accumulate whole heap of wealth just like Shani Green. So Juliet, if you hitchhike and bob and wave, it is possible you are one of the illicit 8 as well, Miss Cockburn-Finn, because you can tell, by the way how you attack the Integrity Commission. It really tells us who you all are. The way you go around and attack the Integrity Commission, it really tells us who you really be. Hold on there.
Look on the app.
And that I want to play. What is wrong with this video? Wicked Andrew. Oh no.
May I wish for you all.
Ball out!
Ball out!
Yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody.
take out the criminal them. I hear Portland. Why me I got Portland? DELROY Chuck must resign. Women of Jamaica, you're not safe with DELROY Chuck. People of Jamaica, you're not safe with DELROY Chuck. Because the advice given by the Minister of Justice, if you do not agree with the law, break it. We cannot have that in a crime-riddled Jamaica. We cannot have that advice from a Minister of Justice in a crime-riddled Jamaica. If you don't agree with the law, break it. What anybody else want to hear? If anybody else want to hear what DELROY Chuck says, go and listen to what DELROY Chuck says in Parliament and stop come out here stupidly come question. We want to know if the minister gave it in his legal capacity or his capacity has been. What does it matter? What does it matter? He told us he did it. What does it matter in what capacity DELROY Chuck spoke? Whether he spoke as an attorney or as the Minister of Justice. What does it matter? What matter is that he did it and he told us he did it. But me notice on a labor right go pan a hunger rant of spinning. Wanna stop it. Stop it. Wanna wasting on the time. Correct the thief in Prime Minister. That's what we ought to do. Of one of children legacy, Andrew thief off and give him son for a bill multi-million-dollar apartment complex. When make we talk about the whole heap of things where Andrew thief from we. Make we talk because him thief it. Him full him craw till him full all him picking a craw. Make we talk about we thiefing money. I feel with money them thief. Look at the quadrillions. Look at the tantamount. How about the tantamount there? Yeah, me have the right thing in. Tantamount of public money. 830 billion there from Ministry of Health. 81 from municipal corporations, 81 million. Me not going to talk about that because that has nothing to do with Andrew. 830 billion from Pernell Charles. 700 million from Pernell Charles. 33 million from FEDA. Another one with a talk. Why Andrew Holness government for 9 years now can't submit any appropriations report if they must spend with money wisely? If Andrew Holness has spent with accountability, ask Andrew Holness, why is it that up until now, he cannot submit one appropriations account? Not one. Not one. And then him don't want nobody to talk about them thiefness. The Prime Minister is a thief. And we're going to continue to say it until the Prime Minister stops stealing. The Prime Minister continue on a raid on the public budget. A year children are suffer. A year children generational wealth get shifted by this Prime Minister. Your children's wealth gets stolen by Andrew Holness and push off upon him son, push off in a mother bank account, push off in a him father bank account. And we make it up. Andrew draw them in there. But now we are going to move off to the darling of politics, the pretty dunce, Dr. the Honorable Sophia Longmore. Sophia Shortless.
Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody.
No, before I go off to Dr. Shortless, the beautiful, pretty dunce, Dr. Sophia, the Honorable Longmore. If you've ever worked with the elders before, if anyone who does social care, or if you have an elderly parent, you would be aware that sometime our elder generation put things down in plain sight and forget that they put it down there, and they go on a rant of blaming everyone, like my mother who would stick her comb in her hair and walk and torment we all day as to how we lost our one comb, or my aunt who used to have her tobacco pipe in her corner her mouth and then walk up and down and cuss our grandson how our grandson lost her pipe. So, we are aware of people putting down things and isn't aware of where it is. It could be a case where Dr. Longmore has misplaced her medication. And if Dr. Longmore has replaced it, it could be the reason why Dr. Longmore is in a loop like a daisy. It could be. So we have to stay with Dr. Longmore to a point. Even though we tell Dr. Longmore, I'm giving you some hours, doctor. We're giving you some hours to see if you're fine where you put the pill. Still look like Dr. Longmore don't find the thing them yet. Dr. Shortless still a struggle to find where she put down.
All right. Last year, my other son, Axel, was here, and now it's new. Diana, my friend, and my stalwart at home, my friend Yacolet, and Christine. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Of course, my parents, my father, my mom who is on the other side, my brother, and my family at large, my colleagues in psychiatry and in healthcare, and of course, my colleagues here. I sincerely appreciate your energy and your support at always. Mr. President, I am about Brand Jamaica, and that's what it's about. I want to also give a special thanks and shout out, because this year I decided I was gonna go Brand Jamaica all out. This is a design by Heather Lane, who I said, you know, I'm gonna showcase Brand Jamaica. And so I wanna thank Heather Lane and her boutique for this fabulous outfit, demonstrating what Brand Jamaica is capable of. I didn't have to wear Prada or Armani or anything like Calvin Klein or anything. Heather Lane. Mr. President, I have to thank the Prime Minister and team that has steered us through so many rough seas and rough waters. Mr. President, it is not just us who are appreciative of the Prime Minister. We see here, the Miami Herald, how Jamaica and its Prime Minister are becoming a mini superpower in the Caribbean. And this is true. Mr. Crawford, Senator Crawford, the theme of my presentation is know thyself. And I know Jamaica to be a superpower. We're little, but we're very tall. You're seeing Bob and
Bob and Hussein. Poor old doctor. Poor old doctor. I'm going to take time with you, because you're pretty. You know, Gary like Babsy. So, hey, Dr. Longmore, I'm going to take time with you, pretty dunce. Certified dunce, pretty dunce, Sophia Longmore. Since as you know, find your pill, we're going to treat you like a dunce. Because if you come to me and say, you know, and the pill may misplace, then maybe we could have seen past that, isn't it, Sophie? We could have seen past that, you know. If it is a case, Sophia, where you have misplaced your medication, I'm sure we're gracious enough to see past that. But if it is that you believe those utterances, Miss Longmore, then we have to treat you in kind to what you believe. Now, people like me who live in once a so-called superpower, not so great Britain, and a lot of my viewers here live in the I don't know what they're great about America superpowers, Miss Doctor. We live in a them superpower country there, Miss Longmore. When we go to hospital, we go in a superpower hospital with the long pan superpower hospital bed, and we get superpower X-ray, superpower CT scan, MRI, and dialysis and medication. We drive pan superpower roads. We have superpower pipe water running our toilet. We can shit and flush with superpower bathroom then. Our education system is what you call first class and world class, they say. Superpower education where government, Miss Longmore, pay my university fee right through all the way up, Miss Longmore. So we want the superpower sending them. We want the superpower sending them. We want what superpower offer, Miss Longmore. We can't just be source of superpower by name. Bob. You mean Bob? You mean the Bob who Rasta wasn't fashionable, so una never recognize him until white people come about on a white. You know, there's whiteness within you all. Remember, until Europeans accept Bob Marley, you, the Bustamantiites, had nothing to do with him because Rasta wasn't fashionable. Still isn't fashionable today in the eyes of Bustamante and his cronies. Usain Bolt, Dr. Longmore, that hero of ours, who on the same one held a gun to his head just the other day, Miss Longmore, and strip him dry. Hmm? Little, she says, but we Talawa. We're little as a country, Miss Longmore, but we're a Talawa thieves, aren't we? Hmm? Our political class, Miss Longmore, are quite Talawa thieves. So we're going with superpower galang in them. I uno tell we say. Yes, Lady Bo, go on. I uno tell we say. We live in a superpower. We want with superpower galang in them. Because we will live in a superpower country. We get with superpower galang in them, with superpower road, with superpower education, hospital, water, road, light, and all them same thing there. We get them in a superpower country. So now that Jamaica jump up on the superpower ladder, Jamaica need to start offer the superpower services. It's just simple. And it's something where we should have figure Mars for Miss Longmore. Once you acknowledge, say we are superpower. Which other superpower in this world, Miss Longmore, you see declare their roadway as a national emergency? Which superpower you see can get a grip on crime? Which superpower you see, Miss Longmore, where Minister of Justice advised law breaking? Where, Miss Longmore? Lady, go take your pill. Lady, go take your pill. And if you misplace them, go back to the doctor and get another prescription. You need it. You do need it. You cannot come out here and on a claim so now have all these doctor title, on a been to university for all these years, on a been into legal and medical practice all day. Listen, you see the legal the legal practitioner, the medical practitioner, the engineer, those are people who people used to look up to as some of the best and brightest, because everybody want their children to go to school to learn, to become an engineer, a lawyer, doctor, or some form of bullshit. Miss Longmore, you have suddenly become one of them, haven't you, Miss Longmore? Why, me think I did just elected official dons. Me never know Miss Longmore say the stipend official dons. And you not even get good money for talk the stupidness in Miss Longmore. And not even fancy you're paid. You get paid properly for talk the idiotness. But then again, if I just idiotness and I talk and get paid for it, don't matter.
Healthy and victorious 2025. In the fear of the Lord, there is strong confidence, and his children will have a place of refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to turn one away from the snares of death. In a multitude of people is a king's honor, but in the lack of people is the downfall of a prince. He who is slow to wrath has great understanding, but he who is impulsive exalts folly. A sound heart is life to the body, but envy is rottenness to the bones. He who oppresses the poor reproaches his maker, but he who honors him has mercy on the needy. The wicked is banished in his wickedness, but the righteous has a refuge in his death.
Hey, business owner.
His death. Wisdom rests in the heart of him who has understanding. But what is in the heart of fools is made known. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. The king's favor is toward a wise servant, but his wrath is against him who causes shame. The word of the Lord.
The wrath is against him and your Holness, who have caused his shame and his family, the country, and the institutions of Jamaica. Shameful piece of sod.
Mr. Prime Minister, sir. Mr. Prime Minister, I not laugh after you. You see, sir? I not laugh after you because you must not kick a man when he is down. But me not tell you no lie, sir. Then throw you under the bus, sir. Me realize you never get a chance to proofread the scripture, sir. But Lord Jesus, sir, who did come up with that the scripture the figure, sir? It is so fitting to the situation and the circumstances surrounding your life and this Jamaica country here, sir. Sir, me not tell you no lie still. Whether a true or a false, which we all know is true, they rub you out, but they should do you so brawling. They shouldn't done you so in a public. And the worst thing, sir, are your last prayer breakfast as Prime Minister, sir. Me feel a way for you, sir. Me not tell a lie. Me feel a way for you. No go back on no more function. Just resign and do.
No go back on no more function, Prime Minister. I only hope. Me know you don't take advice well, but I only hope you can take the lady advice. Don't go back on no more function. You don't want nobody throw you to the wolves, Prime Minister, because if church throw you to the wolves, so quiet but yet so blatantly, Prime Minister, it bad, you know? It bad with all in a church, them a force you to tell the world that you're a shameless thief, Prime Minister.
Yes, me lose half of you to blood clot a conference, man. You make the whole of we look like a blood clot fool. Come to think of it, you know. I think this man has sell the blood clot election to Marky G, you know. Me I tell you, millions him a get for sell out to the blood clot. It's a little sell out, man, you know. You gone back a conference again with the light bomb clot advance on people when you tell the people them that 2 years already, man. And you a fuck up the party, you know, Mr. Andrew Holness. Right now, me I tell you make me feel shame. As a big labor rights supporter, you make me feel shame. And you know, say me a no bias man when me a blood clot talk, and me not put my mouth a ground and talk when me a talk. You gone back again, gone fool the people them and tell them about light blood clot scam. When you tell them it already, they you know expect the people them that you know them bumbo clotted. You know nothing else to tell the people them. No, you go talk about you take out GTC after that because Canada do the same blood clotting. You try follow Canadian blood. I think you follow. Yeah? Boy, me don't know what's wrong with you, bro, God, but me know me say you sell out the country, brother. I sell you sell out the country. You now build the country. I mean, business what you want to say. Because you're going back with the same bumbo clot lie again. Go and tell the people, like, you know, expect the people, them member. So you tell them that blood clot 2 times. This is the 3rd time now you tell them, boy, you dismantle light and you win, you know, dismantle the light. You come again, you know, dismantle light and you use but the same something again. Man, come down, man. Come down, bro, God. Come down. Sorry to say, come down, man. Yeah, man. Come down, brother. Up in the truck.
You remember when doctor could lie you and tell you wish? Nobody did give you a wrong medication, wrong blood run injection, a wrong pill. Up in the truck, Prime Minister. Up in the truck, you belong in the truck with the pig. Because it's a Prime Minister, one of the Jamaica Labour Party cannot contain on itself But pigs in our country, Prime Minister, are learn manners. What about you and the party Prime Minister? One who not gonna learn to have the self-control like we see the pig exercise, Prime Minister. You know me and who? He said, you know me and who? Not even the police them where a par with can save you, he said. But Andrew, if pig are contain themselves, what about your party members?
You got me feeding this up. And you can't touch it. You can't touch it. You're the manners. Yo, that's easy to bicycle. That must be what's in this. Look back, I got hungry sting out there. You have to feed this up, stick this up. You can't go there and get eaten. Because you're not the manners. You see? Watch it. Move it together. Watch it. Rascal! I history this. Pussy clot. I history this, youth.
Prime Minister, that certainly wasn't AI. You see, like, I want to take the example from the pig to behave like hog, Prime Minister. Now that you say the hog can be disciplined, can you try that with your party members? Thank you for being here tonight with us on the Global Television Group. Join us right back here tomorrow morning for your At a Glance program. And yes, Global TV is calling once again for the Minister of Justice to resign after committing crime in our parliament. The Minister of Justice must resign. Thank you all very much. Good night from Global Television.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.